What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Our Shared Experience. Today, I'm asking myself a question. I actually just wrote this down. I didn't give it much thought, but I'd like to try to work through it with you right now. And that is being wrong actually such a bad thing? I think egotistically, we don't want to be wrong, right? We want to be right. We want to know the answer. And I guess this question, this hypothetical, really has to be put to the test in a certain situation. Because obviously, if you're a heart surgeon and you make a decision and it results in the death of someone because you made the wrong decision, of course you don't want to be wrong. But even in this extreme example, part of me is still like, but there will be something learned. And yes, at the cost of someone else's life, that's insane to think about. And I'm really grateful that that is not the extent of the career that I have chosen. But I think even in that extreme situation, you have to be learning something. And I think there has to be something said about the growth that comes out of being wrong, the hopeful growth, right? I guess if you're wrong and all you do is dwell on the pain or embarrassment of being wrong, then there is no benefit to it. But I think there's something really beautiful about being wrong that allows us to learn, right? I think in any situation gone wrong, there is an opportunity of growth and knowledge. And if we just take that into consideration every time maybe we didn't have the right answer, we can program ourselves or reprogram ourselves to want to learn to get the right answer. I think a lot of times we give information that we don't actually have the answers to, and especially right now in a time of like fake news, right, where we've seen something on Facebook 3 times so we know it must be true, so that we pass that knowledge along, and then someone challenges us because they actually did the work and they actually looked into this subject, and all of a sudden we feel like embarrassed. But I think if we just, like I said, like if we just let that be embarrassment or whatever it might be emotionally, then we're not like utilizing the situation for its power. And realistically, I think this could be a really cool tool to start to mix into the daily life. Is anytime I think I know the answer, if I'm basing it on something that isn't factual or research or diving into it to really find out the knowledge, and I'm just like sputtering some BS that came from a passing by post that I swiped past, in my whatever mundane scrolling, then it's definitely not going to be beneficial. But if I can like start to identify that when I am giving someone information, that I am giving it in my full and honest truth, that I actually know what I'm talking about. A lot of times in these sort of applications that you're filling out or different things paperwork-wise, that contractually it's like, you agree that this is the utmost honest and truth, information. And that statement's always been interesting to me because what it is saying is like, legally, all the answers that you've given us are what you believe to be 100% true. And I think once we get into percentages, right, once we start to dive into like, what is 100% of my truth? Like, what does it take for me to believe the information that I can pass you is 100% accurate? And that probably would be like hours, if not days and months of like studying and researching something and trying to focus on one particular subject. And right now in our lives, especially with the speed of social media and all these different things that are whipping by us, very few of us have any focus on one thing for longer than a day, if that. So even in the space of parkour, I've spent 15 years doing it, considered one of the top pros in the sport, and there's still so much about it that I don't really know. There's so much about the history that I've never really dived into. I just like doing this thing. So can I give you truths and honesty about my personal experience and how I learned and how I progressed and how I've taken it and turned it into business and tried to make it my living? Yeah, I can give you that information, but it definitely doesn't mean that my truth is going to be your truth. This is cool. I like where this has gone. This is so fun for me. Thank you guys for tuning in. Honestly, this is great. So the question was, is being wrong actually so bad? And I think it's not. I think it feels bad, but it's not bad. I think as long as we're hungry to continue to grow, as long as we're willing to adapt and learn from those around us, being wrong is actually like an incredible stepping stone to being right? Like all being wrong is a progression to being right, learning the truth and being a better, smarter person that is more capable of giving information and being a tool to pass on knowledge for others. So the next time that you're wrong, or the next time you're feeling like you're giving an answer that might not be true, maybe just pause and admit to yourself that you have a little bit more research to do, or at least disclaimer that this is what you believe is true, and give an example or reason why you think it's true, so that the person that you're talking to might have an opportunity to be like, oh, you saw it on Facebook? All right, let me go look it up, because I don't know if I believe that is a positive or powerful source for any truth right now. But anyway, this was a little one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching if you're watching this on YouTube, and thank you for listening to it if you're listening to it on any major podcast platform. Be sure to leave a review or a comment. I love you guys. Peace out. Thanks for listening.